may not have the insider secrets to making a tremendous amount of money, but at least we can put you on the right path. Let us now welcome in once again the Newsmax Director of Financial Newsletters. The Money Master joins us every day, Monday through Friday. Jeff Yastine is here. Shorn, if you will, beautifully well shaven, nicely done, young man. We were hoping that you would come back and join the light side.
Yeah, that was my lazy Thanksgiving beard, so I decided I'd go ahead and shave it off.
I like that.
Plus,
I'm jealous.
My wife refused to kiss me after it got to a certain
Exactly. There's the point. Same thing. You can get away with it. I cannot. I am jealous. Well, let's see. Jealous, not too bad right now. The Dow Jones, I'm looking right now. Looks like it's up a few points, and people are making a few bucks.
Yeah, the Dow's up about 90 points right now. The S&P 500 up 12, and the NASDAQ up 22 points. We had some better economic data that came out this morning, and some better auto sales as well, and that appears to be putting a bid under stock prices for now.
The auto sales, because that has just happened today, so I just wanted to ask a quick one from you on this. Was this expected by the investors? Did they think this was coming?
I think most expected that it would be better, but not as good as it turned out to be. The only one of the 6 major automakers that did not report a significant gain in sales was the Ford, and they're in the middle of some changeovers of some vehicles. So overall, it was a really, really good report, and shows basically that, number one, Americans have a lot of catching up to do in terms of replacing the cars they have, which many of us have been holding on to for many years because of all the late unpleasantness of the middle part of the decade, as well as the fact that people feel more confident than they did, say, a year or 2 years ago, and are willing to go out and buy or lease a car.
All right, good news here. U.S. construction spending posts the biggest gain in 5 months.
Yeah, that's another one. That's the key point here, I think, that the markets are looking at on this day. And they're, again, going out there and saying, all right, if construction spending is doing that well, then things must still be pretty good with the economy. And if fuel prices are where they are and will remain that way for some time to come, again, that puts more money in people's pockets and therefore makes them more confident. They'll go out and buy furniture and everything else they need to fill those new houses.
Awful lot of news back and forth here about Apple. This is, they're in court today, class action lawsuit. This is over a monopoly position in the digital music player market, which is not as big as it used to be. But now we're talking about the iPod maker, $1 billion they could get hit with here?
Well, that's the headline number that a lawyer for the other side would have come up with. When all is said and done, if anything actually transpires on this, and a court decides that yes, Apple did cross a line someplace, it's not going to be $1 billion. It's going to be some much lower reduced number. And we don't know at this point. iPad, when they came out with the iPad, they made iTunes as the choice for purchasing music. And of course, others like Real Player and other competitors of Apple's disagree with that choice. Apple says they're not under any obligation to make their products compatible with competitor products, and that they're not in a monopoly position anyway. So they think this case has no merit.
All right, about a minute or so that we have left here. Tell us about Continental. This is the oil company that sold off all of their oil hedges right now, and Reuters is talking about them being part of this whole lightning rod here, the impact of falling oil prices in the U.S. thanks to the shale sector.
Yeah, Continental Resources is fascinating. The stock symbol is CLR, and they really were the poster child for the positive aspects of fracking. Their stock price had run up great, had hit all-time highs of around $80 a share as recently as September, and it's been cut in half since then. Harold Hamm, the founder of the company, believes that the plunge in oil prices that we're seeing is a temporary phenomenon, and some weeks back decided to lift the company's hedges that would have allowed it to profit from the decline in oil prices. So essentially, if you're owning shares of Continental Resources, you're making a bet that prices are going to go higher at some point, presumably sooner rather than later. So it really is a classic sort of oil man's bet that the oil market lows are what we're seeing now.
We love a good gamble. Let me tell you how not to gamble. Go to Newsmax.com every single day, Monday through Friday. And then when you get there, click on Money. You go to Money News there. They'll give you all the latest 24/7 what Jeff and the crew are thinking about. Also, be sure to get your copy of the Warren Buffett's Next Door. book by visiting FIR411.com. Mr. Yastine, always a pleasure, my friend. Have yourself a great Tuesday. We will see you. Make sure you shave and look fresh for tomorrow as well.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, Jeff. Thanks a lot. Break, and we're back with the American dream. What one man claims has never existed, and he can prove it. And then the search for adventure fighting in the Libyan Revolution, here on MidPoint.